Hey guys, so here it is, the Tamiya 124 scale Porsche 956 that won the 1982 24 Hours of Le Mans. This is just kind of my final reveal of the kit and kind of my, I guess, a small review of the kit as well. Um, so yeah, I mean, here it is basically. Everything's completed. I did all my touch-up work. I fixed the pinstriping where I chipped off the decal. Um, and yeah, I'm really, all in all, I'm really happy with how this kit came out. Like, I'm extremely happy with it. I'm really proud of this kit. Um, quite a few. Well, I take that back. I was going to say quite a few issues along the way, but it really wasn't quite a few. There were a couple issues that I ran into along the way. One of which was the decals for the wheel discs. I hit it with Solvaset and they just shriveled, and I had to recover. I had to fix that error with, like I said in a previous video. I recovered from that one by heaping loads of Future on top of the decals until it basically filled in the wrinkles, and I ended up with a nice smooth surface on them. The funny thing is, like, if you were to take a flashlight and shine it at the right angle onto those wheel discs, you can still see those wrinkles if you hit it with a direct light source from the right angle. But as it is, I'm really thrilled with how they came out. Um, like I said, the other issue that I ran into with the kit was my own when I dropped the forward bodywork, and I put a chip in the pinstripe decal here. I actually chipped the paint here, which when you hit it, when the light hits it right, you can still see where I actually just chipped the paint off as well. But I chipped the decal, the red decal here, the red decal back here, and then also the gold, which I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to fix that gold, the gold, or I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to match the gold on that pinstripe, but I got really lucky. I pulled out a bottle of Tamiya Gold Leaf, and it matched perfectly. And I mean, there's just a little bit of raggedness to it if you look close, but it's convincing. If you don't know that it's chipped, you can't see it. Or if you don't know that it was chipped, you can't see it. The red matched almost perfectly. You can't tell a difference in the shade of red, so I did good on that one. Other issues that I had here, when I installed the front, the windshield, you can see I kind of covered it with the windshield wiper. But there's a little bit of I don't know what the hell. To be honest, I don't know what I did. There's a little bit of I don't know if it's a scrape on the inside when I glued it in, but there's just a little bit of a whitish something in there. And yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue as to how that got there. But yeah, I'm really really happy with how this kit came out. I think it turned out great. Um, the decals look good. The clear coat that I put on looks pretty good. It's not perfect. There's a little bits of muck in there here in spaces, but I'm really happy with it. Yeah, not a lot I can say. As far as the kit, I believe this is one of the original kits that they first produced this kit in 1984. I believe that this kit is one of the originals for two reasons. Number one, it came with a set of decals that are extremely old, and it came with a set of decals that included the tobacco sponsorship. As you can see there, you can see that they're you know, the sheet is curling on the ends. The decals are, I mean, they're actually in fairly good shape if it wasn't for the fact that they've turned yellow, or the, you know, in the white areas. Um, the gold isn't, the gold faded as well. The gold doesn't look gold at all. It looks more like a brown than a gold. Um, I can't find any. Well, okay, I take it back. So this kit was from 1988. This is a version that was released in 1988. So this is probably one of the times they re-released it. Well, it's definitely a re-release of the kit. Back of the decal sheet, 1988, printed in Japan. So this kit, this was one of the, okay, so this was an 88 release, not an original. My thoughts on the kit as whole, it's a Tamiya kit. It's a good kit. It fits together great. I don't. It's not going to show up on here. Well, maybe it is a little bit. You can see the red in there. One of the issues with the kit is it doesn't come with any sort of seat belts. No decals on the seat belts, and no, you know, actual seat belts of any kind molded into the seat or otherwise. So I had to put my own seat belt, my own seat belts in there, which I did. I had to, you know, modify the seat a little bit and put those in there, but they came out really great. One of the things I would highly recommend this kit to anybody looking to build one of these cars. However, I will say look for one of the later revisions of the kit. The later revisions of the kit, the later re-releases of the kit, one of the issues with this is it has the driver's seat, and it also has a little jump seat right next to the driver's seat. Not something that was actually present in the actual race cars. It was something that they put in the cars, the 956s that they produced for, you know, homologation purposes. It was not in the actual race cars. I believe with later revisions of this kit, they removed that jump seat from the interior, and it is a more true to the actual race car look. That's the only thing that I would suggest, is try to find one of the later revisions. I think the Canon, there's cars that had Canon sponsorship that are floating around on the internet. I would look for one of those. I believe those are usually, or more often than not, they are the later revision. I believe after the 88 version they stopped selling this particular one with the tobacco sponsorship included, so it would just say Porsche Racing rather than Rothmans Porsche. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. You know, it's a little bit inaccurate in that it's got that jump seat, but I mean, it looks, you know, it builds up really nicely. Everything fits good. The only real fit issue that I have is with the rear bodywork. It doesn't sit as snug as it should, and that's just mainly because it's meant to be removed. You know, you're not going to get a tight, snug fit on there with any of these. You know, I've got my Formula One car. That bodywork doesn't fit as snug as it should. The Sauber that I built not that long ago, that bodywork doesn't fit terribly snug either. It's just, you know, one of the sacrifices you make for having, you know, the bodywork, that the rear bodywork being removable like that, easily removable, so that you can show off the engine bay detail. I did add photo etch to this. You can see the fuel fillers are photo etch. That was built up from like 3 or 4 different pieces. What else? The little oil cap there is photo etch. The intercoolers on either side, those are photo etch. These support braces here at the back, those are photo etch. This little, I don't even know what the hell that is, a little radiator of some sort, that's photo etch. The brake discs, which will never be seen again, were photo etch. They looked great, by the way, but they're covered up because, great. The wheels, I painted up the wheels. They looked great, and then they had to be covered with the wheel discs. So did all that work and then covered them up, never to be seen again. But yeah, I mean, there it is. I'm happy with it. Oh, that's one of the other things that I had to do. The fuel filler on this side. Oops, as I almost knock it off. The fuel filler on this side, on the inside, you can see. So you can see the fuel filler here where it comes back and then to the fuel cell. This side looked the same. The problem is, in order for the bodywork to sit down, I had to basically just cut it off because it interfered with the tubing there, and the body would have sat at an angle. So I had to cut that stuff away. I had to cut that piece away, which, who cares? But yeah, it's I'm happy with it. The details came out nicely, and yeah, I'm really thrilled with this car, with this kit. Like I said, I'm proud of it because I had some issues that I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to overcome. Mainly the bodywork when I chipped the decal off. I was like, well, game over. And then Tactical Jackalope talked me down off the edge of the cliff, and I got it fixed. And yeah, what can I say? I'm thrilled with this one. It's not perfect by any means. None of my stuff ever is, but I'm thrilled with it. I think it looks great. And this kit is going to make the trip down to Texas with me. I will put it on display at the ScaleFest show. No, I'm not. This isn't a show-winning car by any means, but I'm proud of it and I'm happy to show it off there. So yeah, there it is. I'm gonna put a slideshow here at the end, so people can get a little bit better look at it. But other than that, that's it really. I'm not gonna start. I may or may not start another kit here in the next week. I'm leaving for Texas to go hang out with Tactical Jackalope for a week here on Sunday the 28th. Poor timing on that, just for the fact that I'm going to be missing an incredibly good Indy 500 this year. But that's alright. I can listen to it on the radio as I'm driving to Texas. But yeah, okay, so I'm starting to ramble. Yeah, that's it. That's the final reveal of this car. Thanks for watching, everybody. If any of you YouTube modelers are going to ScaleFest, I hope to see you guys at that. Otherwise, that's it for me. See you next time. Thank you.